Okay guys, today I'm going to teach you about functional obsolescence. This is intermediate level real estate appraisal stuff that we use and we come across. Now, as you can see in this diagram, this is kind of an example of a home I did a couple months ago, probably about 3 months ago, and it was the last time I came across functional obsolescence. It's a two-story home, and this was kind of like the design on it. So on the first floor, you can see you got a two-car garage. It's attached, built in. You have a dining room, you have a living room, you have a kitchen, you have a laundry, and then you have stairs going up, right? So that's the first floor. Here's the second floor. You have a hallway, you have a full-size bath right here. You have the second bedroom, you have the master bath, which is only accessible through the master bed. You have a balcony and so forth. This was the gist of what that floor plan looked like. Now, looking at both of these diagrams, the first floor and the second floor, what do you notice? Well, in case you haven't noticed, the first floor is missing a bathroom. In most designs of these ones, you'll at least see about like a half bath right here where the laundry's at. And this is what is a functional obsolescence. And in this instance, it's what's in this design. There's no bathroom on the first floor, so it's an inconvenience to have to go all the way up the stairs every time to go use the bathroom. Especially if you have, buyers who are old and stuff, and if it's typical for homes in that market area to have a bathroom on the bottom floor. There's a lot of different examples of functional obsolescence, but this was the last one I did, and I wanted to show y'all. Now that that's been said, functional obsolescence, by definition, is when a building is less desirable because of something inherent in the design or nature of the structure. This type of depreciation is observable during an inspection, but it may sometimes need to be confirmed with a demographic study or market analysis. For example, some older homes have 2 bedrooms in tandem. That's another example. You must go through the first bedroom to get to the second one. That's an inconvenience. That's a functional obsolescence. While this feature can be observed, additional data is often needed to determine if this feature constitutes functional obsolescence. A demographic study may show that this feature is not a setback as long as the home has enough other separate bedrooms to accommodate a typical family. A market analysis may show that this feature is a drawback when many newer homes are in the area, but not when the subject is in an area of older homes with the same feature. There's a lot of factors that go into this. Other examples of functional obsolescence are outdated home styles, out-of-date fixtures, or homes with only one bathroom. This is getting close to what the functional obsolescence is in my diagram. Unusual floor plans can also fall under the category of functional obsolescence. These undesirable features may be curable because they can be fixed at a reasonable cost. Remember that, because I got another part that I got to teach you about that. Like outdated fixtures, or these features may be incurable because they cannot be fixed without major cost or renovations, like a home's style. Remember, if the cost to replace a deficiency is less than its contributory value, then it is curable. If the cost to repair/replace a deficiency is more than its contributory value, then it is incurable. The test for classification as curable or incurable is whether or not the cost of the renovation can be recovered when the property is sold. Major costs or renovations may be classified as curable if they would make a major contribution to the value of a home, such as adding a half bath. Like in this exact diagram. You remember what it said? So we also have to come up with the math to see if we can cure this functional obsolescence, right? So theoretically, let's say we had to add a half bath to the first floor to cure the functional obsolescence to this home. But let's say that half bath at $5,000 only brings in $3,000 in value to the overall value, then it's considered incurable. However, let's say it brings in $10,000 in value, then it's considered curable. So now that you know that, just remember, functional obsolescence, the gist is it's the impairment of functional capacity of improvements according to market taste and standards. So what people like buyers want in a modern home, that's how you can remember it. And also try to remember curable obsolescence, functional obsolescence is an element of depreciation a curable defect caused by a flaw in the structure, materials, or design which can be practically or economically corrected. So if it doesn't cost that much to fix it, then remember it's curable. And then also remember, and this goes more towards like people who flip homes and stuff like that, because you're putting money into that house to let me see what's at. There we go. You're putting money into that house to flip it, right? So remember, sometimes you could put too much into it to fix that functional obsolescence, and in that case, it's considered incurable. Incurable functional obsolescence means an element of depreciation, a defect caused by a deficiency or superadequacy in the structure. I'll teach you guys about superadequacy in the future. Materials or design that cannot be practically or economically corrected as of the effective date of the appraisal. If you have any questions or anything about that, feel free to leave it in the comments. Maybe I'll try to throw some other examples of functional obsolescence, and I'll teach you about superadequacy here in the future. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and God bless.